What's happening, guys? Kenny here again, and today I've got a bit of a response video to a tag that's going around. Started with JT's Knife Life, and Banner 24/7 turned it into a tag, which I thought was a great idea. It's really cool to see all the stories of all these different channels and how they got started. And yeah, and in saying that, I haven't been tagged yet, but I'm sure it's going to happen sooner or later. And I've heard a few people comment now that they look forward to seeing my videos, so I figured I might as well just get ahead of the curve and make a video. So in saying that, I'm going to go show you guys what I carried today. Sorry for moving the camera around. That's right, the CRK and Cosi. As you guys can see, that thing's smoothed out really nice. Thanks to River's Edge Cutlery for getting me that guy, and then I will talk more about that in a little bit. But also the Para 3, the St. Nick's exclusive with 4V. Been loving 4V, guys. So yeah, and getting right into the bits and pieces of this video, I'm gonna say you can look back to the videos I did at the turn of the year if you want to see more into how I got into collecting and stuff. It had the knife that broke me, and my year in review and stuff really talks about how I got the channel, what got me into the community. But even when I got in the community, I really just kept in the back, you know. I didn't really want to comment on a lot of videos. And I mean, when I was a kid, you know, I learned that, you know, everyone said opinions are like assholes. Everyone has them, and they all stink. So I kind of lived by that, and it kind of, you know, it stuck with me. And my dad always told me, you know, really think about what you're going to say before you say it, and just stay quiet if you don't have something, you know, of quality to say. So in saying that, I really didn't, I kept quiet for many years, watching videos and stuff like that. And I always had people tell me, you know, I should make videos and stuff like that. And I didn't really understand that, because I didn't really understand that people made money and people actually watch YouTube now as it's like TV. And I didn't really understand that. So it didn't really go through to me. It didn't really come through to me. But I've always been an intuitive guy, and I really like to break things apart and look into how they work. And when I get into something, I really go head first and try to learn all I can. So when I got into the community, I really tried to learn more about steels, and I started reading and looking at charts and looking at heat treat charts, and I just really delved straight in head first. And people have said, you know, like I should do a channel, and I really didn't think that was true. I didn't think anyone wanted to listen to what I had to say. But then in what I do, everyone always came to me for advice and stuff, and it's not that surprising to me, I guess, that people would want to hear what I have to say. But I really just didn't want to be another person rambling on about a knife. So I watched a lot of YouTube leading up to starting my channel, and guys like Apostle P and Nothing Fancy and Cedric and Ada and Nick Shabazz. I was watching those channels a lot, and then as time went on, Slicey Dicey started getting more popular, and I started watching his stuff, and that was really funny and good. And then I started watching like Stassa23, who is really good. He's been around for a long time too. And I started watching these guys and just thinking, man, you know, these guys are normal dudes that just have a good opinion and seem to, like, you know, they're intuitive and they really look into stuff. They're insightful. So, you know, I started thinking more and more about it. And then I was working with a electric skateboard company, and they wanted me to start a channel because they were like, oh, man, you're so good at telling us what's going on with the product, and we want you to start a channel so that then you can review our products, and you already have a channel started, so it's legit. And I was like, really? Like, I don't think anyone's gonna want to watch me or listen to me ramble on. But more and more people kept saying that to me. And then as I got into the deeper and deeper into the knife community, well, I really wasn't commenting on anyone's channel like JT's Knife Life or Slicey Dicey or any of those channels I was watching. I really wasn't commenting. I was staying in the back and just like minding my own business essentially. But then finally, I got a few knives that really blew my mind, and one of them was the Kizer Mini Sheepdog. That was kind of the knife that got me started. But as I did this, I have a friend who loves knives too, and he was like, he introduced me to Blade HQ, which was the beginning of the end. But he told me I should do a channel. Once I said something about it, and he was like, oh yeah, dude, you need to do a channel. You definitely should. And I was like, really? Okay. I mean, I guess, okay. And then I took that Kizer Mini Sheepdog, and I was like, I'm going to do this knife. When I got it, there weren't very many videos out there on it, and I was like, dude, this could be perfect. This could be the first, my segue into the community as a YouTuber. And when I did that, I went ahead and I did have a little bit of experience in Photoshop. A few years back, I went to Fiji and I took all the compilation of videos we took. I compiled them into one video and did it on my iPhone and on iMovie, and I actually surprised myself with how good it came out. So I was like, man, maybe I can edit my own videos. Okay, that's one thing out of the picture. And I did that video on the Kizer. That was my first video, and man, I spent days editing it because I was so critical of myself. And I'm just super critical of everything, guys, and that's why I'm good at giving you guys reviews. That's also why I'm super critical of myself. So anytime you guys are thinking like something, I've already thought about it, guys. I've already probably been like, God, I'm gonna get shit for this. But in saying that, I just kept going. You know, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Screw it. And I went ahead and made the video, edited it with a bunch of subtitles because I was always like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I shouldn't say that. And I went ahead and released it, and within a few days there were a bunch of views, and I got some comments with guys saying like how they really liked it and I should keep making videos, and I don't have enough subs, I should have more, and blah blah blah. And I mean, really, it went from like guys like Mark Kark Nilsson. He was one of my first subs, and he was like, dude, you need to keep making videos. Him and like I got a little list of guys here. I know I'm gonna miss some people though. Mark, Chris Sabo, A. Ray, Shane Miller, Butters, Damon. You guys really just got me going because I didn't think anyone wanted to hear what I had to say, and you guys right off the bat were like, dude, you need to make videos. Keep going, make more. We need more. And it gave me some validity. You know, it made me believe in myself a little more and think like, hey man, maybe some guys do want to hear it. If I'm helping these 5 guys, like maybe it's worth it, you know? So it really just started something, and those guys giving me the nudge, and then after a time, like maybe 3 months, 4 months later, maybe like 10, yeah, it was like 2 or 3 months in, maybe 10, 15 videos in, I got Stasa23, Nick came along and was like, he subbed to me, which was like, whoa, this big channel subbing to me, and it kind of surprised me, and he just kept me going. He was like, yeah, dude, you're doing good stuff. And that made me like, oh, hey, this guy's legit, and he's giving me, you know, he's saying I'm doing well, so I'm going to keep going. And then next thing you knew, I had Jovan, who introduced me to Steve, and this was right near the end of the year, and I went onto the live feed. Like Steve, once I met him, I was like, yeah, this guy, Steve started making his channel, and he blew up, and I was like, dude, this guy's awesome. Like, he was so much like me, and I was like, dude, I want to hang out with this guy. And also, he made me feel more comfortable with the way I am. I'm a really rough dude. You know, I grew up playing ice hockey. My mom was cursed like a sailor. I just, you know, I was this carpenter for 15 years. I've been a carpenter, so I worked in a boatyard for 10 years, guys. I'm just a little rough around the edges, and I'm super blunt and honest, which is good for what I'm doing here. But yeah, so Steve really made me feel more comfortable about the way I talk and about the way I am. So that really lit a fire up under me too, and it made it easier for me to talk to you guys. And once I started communicating, once I started getting out of my bubble of my channel, which I still only had like 80 subs or something at that point, 60 when I met Steve. And then Steve blew me up on his channel, and I'm ever grateful for that. But I also met like guys like Gerald from Outpost 76, who then also just like blew me up. And at that time, you know, he was still a kind of relatively small channel, but I was really still tiny, and Gerald just was like, yeah, keep it up, man. He gave me another nudge, and it was just guys like that that really just helped me, kept my head above water and just kept me going. And then Steve blew me up, and and also Brian, Slicey Dicey. Brian, you helped me immensely when I was on the live feed with you, and just talking and getting into the community and getting out of my shell, because I was always so nervous to like let my opinion out there. And once I did, man, it was the beginning of the end, and I've really blown up since then, and I'm so grateful for the guys that started it all. You know, Mark and Chris Sabo and all you guys, and WR James. I know you weren't. You were kind of one of the ones that just gave me crap from the beginning and made me like be even more critical on myself. Like, yeah, I need to, my verbiage needs to be right dead on, or I'm gonna get shit. So all you guys really helped mold my channel. And then you know, of course, as time went on, I got like the whole idea of like the hype versus reality and all that stuff. So that all came later, but you guys helped me mold the channel. And then, as you guys know, if you haven't heard, now I've got this going on with River's Edge Cutlery. They're just really, you know, giving me a bit of a price break to help the channel, help run the channel. You know what I mean? I can't afford this to keep this going much, you know, without some help. So River's Edge Cutlery, I'm really grateful for Brian over there for working with me, and that's going to help this channel grow. I don't know where it's going to go, guys. I really didn't have any plan when I started this. I didn't have any plan to like make money doing this. It was really just like I could make friends and also like help guys the way that Slicey Dicey and JT and Cedric and Pete from Cedric Canada, and the way those guys helped me, you know, pick out a knife and be my eyes and hands from across the world in some cases. But I really wanted to help guys, and that's why I started this. And now it seems like maybe you guys want to hear what I have to say, and maybe it might grow to something more where possibly in the future I could be just trying knives for companies and giving them feedback. You know, I don't know where this is going to go, because I can definitely help these companies make a better product. So maybe that's where it's all going to head. I don't know. At this point, I really just hope that I can get deals on knives so that I can give you guys more reviews, and it's going to go further too. I'm making stuff, I'm anodizing stuff. I don't know where it's all going to lead, but I just want to say thank you to Steve, to Gerald, to Nick from Stassa, to all you guys, to all my subs, those early guys, and to the guys that came along later. I'm really appreciative of everything you guys do, and all the comments, all the subscriptions, all the thumbs up, the likes, even sometimes the thumbs down and the notes on how I could be better. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys, and I'm just excited about where it's going to go, you know, wherever it may go, wherever it may lead. I'm just happy to have met you guys and to be part of this community. It's really awesome. and just happy to be part of it. So thanks a lot for watching, and have a great night, guys. I'll see you again in the next one.